How about this? You hear me now? You hear me now? You hear me now, BB? What do you mean no? Huh? You hear me, right? Yeah, stop playing games. We're in a good checker there. All right. All right, cool. Very low. How about now? It should be a lot louder. I don't have the interface, so and I thought this mic would work here on this, but it's not. I just boomed it up a lot. Is that better? It should be like a lot louder now. How about now? That should be as loud as possible. Let me know, guys, please. I need to know right now so I can get going. It's good, but lower than usual. Yeah, because like the mic's down here, right? I don't know why it's not picking up this mic that I've plugged in. Baby, do you have iPhone headphones? Why? Is it this mic that's doing it? Whoa, Inception. What does that mean? Inception? Check. 1 2 1 2. 2 1 2. Can you guys hear me now? Now you guys can hear me good. All right. Now it looks good. All right. All right. There it is. We now have sound. Auxiliary mic 2 is up. Sound. Do we have sound? Babe, you're supposed to be helping me find out if I have sound. I love you to death, but like you're always oblivious, my love. I know, but like I'm trying to do something, and that you're supposed like we're paying you to be on the team. No sound? Yes, we have sound. All right, thank you. Jeez, please. Thank you, BB. I heard my voice now. You didn't even say anything. I appreciate it. All right, guys, check it out. Taking a look at Bitcoin right now. We did have a bad sign that occurred this morning. Everything was going well. Look, this pattern was well, never fell out of the pattern. This pattern was doing well. We did fall out of the pattern, but we came back in. Every single one of these patterns keeps hitting its target. Now, the next target is 30,000, basically 245, 30,250. We were playing with 20K all day. We got 29,000. We got to 29,308 here. We were bouncing in that area. We got rejected. So our new all-time high for Bitcoin is 29. Our new all-time high for Bitcoin is 29,000. About 308. We could find out exactly what it is on a smaller time frame, but it's about 29,300, 313, right? Bitcoin loves to swing thousands of dollars right now. It doesn't really matter. So as you can see here, we're forming a bit of bullish divergence, in my opinion. Not perfect bullish divergence, really. It's slight. A lot of people would tell you it isn't divergence as well. And honestly, I might have to say that it's not. I might have to say this angle is pretty, yeah, they look pretty parallel. So we're not going to call bullish divergence on that aspect there. But maybe on a smaller time frame, we could see it. Also, so that's an idea, right, to think about here. I thought we were doing an SR flip this morning. As you can see, I thought we were going to hold 28,500. We fell below it. We went as low as 27,866. We got back up really fast, but we got rejected by the bottom trend line, my support and resistance line here at 28.5. So now 28.5 is acting as resistance. We bounced past it here, we broke up, and now we're hitting it as resistance yet again. But what a good sign that I do see is that the 200-day moving average is catching the price. It's a really good sign. We went over this last week the other day. Here's one time when the 21-day moving can catch the price, and it kind of sends it on a way up. It's a nice place to find support on the 200-day moving average. Apologize, 200-day moving average, the yellow line here. I like to use 5 moving averages: the 21, the 50, the 80, the 100, and the 200. And why I use 5 is because when one starts curving towards another, it gives me an indication that something's possibly occurring. So it's like spidey senses. When you watch these move towards other places, then you know, okay, there it is. So be a social swap. If you have a Litecoin address, please post that in the comment or DM me. I'd love to get you your $10 in Litecoin. And guys, stay tuned for more Easter eggs inside the Telegram group. And I had someone in the Telegram group, I won't mention them, but he said, I don't do Litecoin. I don't want any of that. And I said, but you could turn it into any coin you want. Like you could swap it into Bitcoin. You could wait for it to appreciate, double up, and then you could go into, maybe a Uniswap, or you could try. I just think to say no to money, any type of money, free money, is kind of weird. But hey, what he did say though was, you know what, I'd like someone else to buy it, and that's actually sweet and kind. So I'll take that as his final answer, and I thought it was really nice. Anyway, let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance. What I see happening is shoulder, head, right shoulder. So far, so good. As long as we don't make a higher high here, that's telling me that Bitcoin can go sideways for a little while. What worries me, though, is I do want to see Bitcoin hit 30K. And I'm not sure how Bitcoin hits 30K without dominance spiking one last time. So are we going to see a breakout of this to 73, the 30K hit, and then are we going to get a collapse? Personally, I'd like to see this never get back up to the 72.44 region. It's something that kind of worries me and makes me think there could be an issue there. So I'd love to see dominance collapse, right? And let's just take the measured move of dominance here for Bitcoin. It's going to go something like this, because this will be its shoulder, and that could send dominance right back to this support region here at 66. If we can see a move from dominance to 71 to 66, you're going to see the altcoins fly like you wouldn't believe. Now, if you've watched my top 10 coins to buy, and I threw an extra bonus one in there, which was number 11, one of my top coins was DOT, D-O-T. I like Polkadot. I knew so much about their infrastructure. They use, I believe, Byzantine fault tolerance. They're a heterogeneous blockchain, meaning that they're able to handle blockchains of all different shapes, sizes, and blockchains from 2 years ago, blockchains from now, future blockchains. Polkadot will become an insurmountable force in the game. It already has so much going on it. It's so bullish that when a coin says it's working with it, that coin tends to pop. Now, for a while, it was in consolidation. You got it for $5 easy, just sitting here. Finally began to make a break. It was at 520 just 4 days ago. I'd like to take a look at the coin market cap for you and just give you what I'm telling. I've seen this all before, okay? I've seen this show before. I've watched market caps grow. I know when they get substantial and when pullbacks become minute. And we're getting into that place. We're moving into that same area that I'm very familiar with in the crypto space. What I do is I do deep dives into historical data here on the market caps. Now, if we look at Polkadot, let's take a good look at this. It was loving the $5 region for literally a month. You could have got it on October 31st for $4. So 2 months, 100% gains out of Polkadot. Actually, 1 month, yeah, about 2 months, right? October 31st to December, exactly 2 months. You got 100% gains. So 50% a month is not bad, right? Now you can see $4, $4. It hit $5.91 here in that November 23rd pump. But it would come all the way back down to the 4s, low 450s, and just kind of hang out in these areas. Sometimes it's good to look at this because you can see it on a chart, it's up and down, but here you can just see the basic numbers and it really kind of tells a story. $5, $4.73, $5. They're screaming at you that $5 is fair value for this coin. It's obvious at this point, right? You can just see it for the whole month, up and down between 490 and 520. Yes, it spikes to 580 here and there, but it always comes back. So look, 519, 519. Hadouken is calling me. Sorry, Hadouken, I can't take a call right now. Hadouken, what's going on? You're live on the show. How you feeling? Hello? You're live on the show. Wow. All right, tried to get him live on the show. Not sure why he was calling me, but we'll go from there. Keep going on. We got 521, 519. Now, look, we went all the way up to about. Is the show looking good? Because I can't see the screen like my screen. If you could just do one quality set for me. So now we're sitting at 7, and what you want to see is the market cap. Look, 665 million, 512 million, 784. Then we hit one. Hello? Hadouken? 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 Hello? You're live on the stream, man. Hadouken? You want to be live? You're live on the show, man.
You gotta fix the volume.
Can't hear it? They're telling me they can't hear the volume. You were supposed to help me. Can I please? You're not helping me. I know, but it's very rare that I get some help. Very rare. Very rare in heavy times. Do you even have the app, the YouTube app? I don't see it. There we go. There we go. Input level, baby. Here we go. We're ready to rock. Also, though, there's an echo going on here. It's from. Check it. Check. 1 2 1 2. Okay. Here we go. And we're ready to rock. Thank you so much for hitting with me. I got it on. I got it fixed. I figured it out. All right. I got it now. I got it now. I look like an amateur. This is insane. But this is what happens when you're traveling and it's you're trying to make it happen. Okay, so Polkadot anyway, we're giving you we started the live stream talking about Polkadot. Thank you for the call, Hadouken. I really appreciate it. We're just getting some ambient noise. Besides that, it sounds great. I just heard it on my phone. Sounds absolutely wonderful. Like, if I heard that live stream, I take it. It's good enough. Okay. All right. So sorry, guys. Shout out to everyone on the stream. Mob and Crypto, Renchi T, Justin Fry, my dude, Crypto Don Juan, Mohit Singla, every single person here. Still lower than usual, but somewhat audible. I just played it in my iPhone. It's loud as can. Like, I mean, yeah, I've been doing audio my whole life. That audio sounds good. Yeah, you were just getting some interference. Other than that, I can hear you well. Okay, let's get on. Let's get it in. So we were talking about Polkadot, and I wanted to discuss Polkadot, and I was showing you, number one, if you haven't seen my top 10 video about what cryptos to buy, you've got to see it. It's been amazing. The video has already produced multiple gains. So I'm going to show you the video right now and show you what I talked about, what I discussed. But I gave you my top 10 picks that I really liked for cryptocurrency in the coming 2021. Top coins to 10 million, right? Now,
$1.78
earlier from basically late spring IOST to in the world. My channel projecting it to go. So I'm giving you Polkadot here on December 4th at 541, and now it's at $8. So there, just alone watching my videos would have rendered you about 40% gains. I gave you YFDI, which I think is doing well. It is lower than it was there. And I also gave you Zilliqua here at 3.5 cents. That's on December 4th. This would go all the way to 10 cents. It would do a 3x. So I'm just pointing out that not only are these good long-term holds, but these were projections that I made that panned out very well. Now, not everything is up now. XRP obviously at 63 cents. That's not really weird, but you know, these are long-term holds. Share token at 2.1 is about the same price. Not every one of these has expanded. Band is actually lower than it was here in the video. These also weren't price prediction videos, but they were. These were basically the coins that I think are the most important to have. We got 20 people and 11 likes. That's just not the lifer way. So if you want to be a true lifer, you hit that like button. Sometimes I get it. I'm just so handsome. You're staring at the screen and you just like, you can't even move your hands. Like you're just like, oh. Man or woman, it just have that effect. But it's okay. You can hit the like button. It'll help you. Algo, OXT, LC, and GRT. Oh, the tickers are flying in on me. All right. Well, I like Polkadot right here. We're at hold this region. We're getting into a funny spot. It's looking a lot like Bitcoin. Let's take a look. So we went over Bitcoin dominance. We say it's in a inverted. It's in a head, not an inverted. It's in a head and shoulder pattern. We're going to watch that play out and see what happens with it. Right now, so far, so good. It could come back down to the pattern and play in this pattern and then absolutely break out. I have two targets, one up, one down. We'll see where it goes. There's a 68% chance that this rising wedge breaks to the downside. Okay? Will Bitcoin get to 30K in that case? There's a chance, no. Maybe dominance slows down. Maybe Bitcoin stays at the 28,000 region, 27,000 region for a little while. Now, what you have to do now is, so I gave you my complete target is still set, 30,228. I have not changed my tune on that. Until we break, I'd say 27,000, I'm still stuck on 30K. Now, let me take a look at another scenario here. What I love doing this is opening this up a little bit, maybe onto the 1 hour, and just focusing in on a larger pattern that I see. This helps me all the time, and it actually makes me make some good futures trades because I can see basically the temporary movement inside of the pattern. So here we are in a bit of a channel, and you can clearly see. I feel like it's a rising wedge, something like this. So I'm going to take out this bottom and move it to down a little bit. Something like so. So this is looking really, really hot, looking really good. Up, down, up, down. It's going to come back down, of course. Looking like it's wicking there, though, and it's like it may have found the bottom of the pattern like so. See this? Similar to Tesla. Now, this is the pattern that we're in now on the 1 hour. Okay, how do you get the where it's going to go? You take the length, this base, the base of the triangle. See there? Take this base, you match it up to the base, get pretty in there, and then you bring this up here, and you swing it out. Usually at a slight angle with the movement. You try to use this movement here. Subconsciously, you get good at feeling these angles. You just make them without knowing how you're making them. But and boom, that puts me at still rocking with the 35,800. Wow, that gives me a target of 35,000. So if we break out of this rising wedge, we'll go parabolic out. Now we can also still kind of show you a bit of a parabola here, right? So let's bring that out. We don't want to break the parabola, right? So here it is. We break the parabola, we're going sideways. So big deal right now really is 28. This is like a huge deal for it because we hold levels, which is nice to see us going back to 28.5. 28.5 is really strong support. I'd like this to break above it one more time and really begin to hold it. We did just come and test 28,000 though, with the wick down to 27 to get anyone who just, you know, thought they had some strong hands and had too slight of a stop loss. And boom, we're going to the top. The true winners in this game are the people who have been dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin for the last 3 years. You know, you can jump in all you want now. You can jump in, and the true winners are the people that have been dollar cost averaging, and the people who know how to trade immensely and are just taking a lot of money out of the volatility, because this is one of the best markets to trade due to the volatility. Um, Cryptocurrency can be very lucrative. You could also lose your shirt due to the volatility. But right now, look, the 1 hour wants to fly. We're setting up for a nice move on the stochastics and the MACD. The 4 hour, not so much. So the 4 hour is going to have to kind of go sideways or maybe pin up here for a little while it actually makes its move. This could double bottom here. This could be forming a double bottom, and we could be breaking out. The 4 hour target is still intact. I'm sticking with it. I'm moving it up to 35,000. I wasn't able to make this target before because we weren't in this channel, and we didn't create a rising wedge with a measured move. I'm calling for a $35,000 Bitcoin. When? I don't think too long from now, honestly. I would say by no later than February 14th, Valentine's Day. I think by Valentine's Day, it's a good chance you're in the 40K. You're up at 40K. I have May projected as 50K, but I think I'm actually conservative on that. There's a chance that we hit 50K before May. Anyway, I don't want to kind of get too crazy here, and but this is the idea of the stream. You just check on the stream one last time with the phone, make sure it's doing what it's supposed to do. Again, apologize for the technical difficulties. Okay. Wow, 28.5, beautiful, beautiful thing. I really want to see us capture 28.5. We just went to 27.8 and we're back to 25. $1,000 to $500 swings in Bitcoin. I don't even look at them anymore. People say we're dumping. I really just don't even pay attention. I'm like, that's not a dump. Like a dump now at this point would be like 5, 6, 7,000. You have to remember Bitcoin was doing that. Okay, so N cash for ETH is flying. Right now I am mining Reef for BNB, and Reef just went up 40%. What is Reef? Reef is refinance. I haven't done a complete deep dive in it, but it is like a bit of a protocol. Seems like it's going to connect multiple layers throughout DeFi. It's got a lot of talk on it. Look at it moving up with the 21-day moving average. Forming this funny little bowl too as well, which is kind of consolidation in that area on a smaller time frame. And this bowl here. Get ready for this thing to start to break out. I feel like it was a new coin. So what happens with new coins is people get them. They've been mining them for a month, and they get them. And when they hit the market, people just dump them for liquidity. I mean, they're like, wow, there's free money. I'll take it. But now it's saying, you know what? Bull, bull, bull. There's your consolidation. Will it form a handle and begin a cup and handle and explode? Could this have been the handle here? This is interesting to me right now, actually. Look at this. Did I find the cup and handle right there? It's a very good chance that I did. Let's take a measured move out of this. I really like refinance. Put it on your radar. It just came out. I am farming it for 30% gains with BNB token right now on Binance. You stake your BNB and you farm some Reef token. I don't know how exactly much I'll get at the end of it all, but we'll see. That's 30%. I put in $1,000. Is that $300 worth of Reef? And then I can hold that position. Will Reef go up to 1.9, breaking out of somewhat of a cup and handle here? Very good chance. Very good chance. All right, let me take a look at the comment section. I'm going to use my phone to actually look at the comment section. I realize that will be a good indication for me. So I can go through the comments here. Okay, chart on BAT posted in Telegram. My personal pick of the week. Hey, thank you. I have thousands of dollars in there, so thank you. I like that you did that. Pump my bags, baby. Cup and handle on Cake. It's flying to 96. I'm farming Reef for 280% gains. Tell me, you're farming Reef on Cake. Should I move my BNB to Cake? Will I get more? Lifers are the best. We are, man. Shout out to this person. Shout out to everyone on the live stream. Renchi T, Hadouken, Just Ricky, the investor. You guys rock, man. You guys really rock. I love you all. Thank you guys so much for joining the live stream. It means the world to me. And then I got rid of the live chat out of nowhere, which I need. It's been a tough day for me, honestly. Different scenarios, different. We got to get to 1,000 subscribers though. Like I got like 500 subscribers in like a couple weeks, and then YouTube did the warning on me. They did a strike on me. I got the strike removed because I appealed. If I had never appealed and believed that it was wrong, everyone told me it was because I was talking about masks. So that's funny too. They have us really scared because I mentioned masks on the stream, and I'm not going to get into it. We're staying on crypto. I just want to get into the YouTube things. So I mentioned masks on the stream, and then what they do is people were saying, oh, it's because you mentioned farm with cake. In one day I farmed 50 reefs off 216 cakes. That's not bad at all. It's great. Interesting. Shout out to everyone on the live stream. 18 likes, 22 people. Let's get those likes, man. We get 33 likes. I will go live tonight in a New Year's stream. And yeah, we'll do a New Year's stream. I'll go live tonight, and we'll bring in the new year. We'll bring in the new year. I don't know if I'll go live at exactly the new year, but somewhere around there. Somewhere around there. Okay, so let's see what's going on. Do you ever trade Bitcoin futures? Yeah, we do. I actually have a Bitcoin trading futures course where I would teach you how to trade Bitcoin futures. So if you'd like to trade, we've traded Bitcoin futures live on the show many times and actually taken profits. I posted my top pick in Telegram. It's going to be a little harder for me to move today. I don't have multiple screens, so you got to bear with me a little bit. Joe. Price action will remain in the pattern until it doesn't. Audio, USDT, safe entry, bottom of the pattern. It's at a nice point at the moment. Interesting. Audio is doing well. RSI really well. Everything in a good mode. The Stokes and the MACD pointing out on the 4 hour. Excellent chart, Joe. Excellent chart. Excellent suggestion. Okay, then we have Hadouken. Doing really well. Unbelievable how much you've progressed since I met you. Yeah, look, double bottom forming, possibly, right? Aggressive entry down here. I like how you kind of called it in 4C, possible double bottom. Yeah, back up to 45. Pick of the week, inverse head and shoulders. Possible complex, inverse head and shoulders. Entry at the bottom of the trend line with a double bottom. Laddered buys in at 0.185 and 191. Risk to reward ratio is 5 to 1. Coiling up, awaiting breakout. Dude, you're becoming the lifer. You're putting your risk reward ratio. Yo, Hadouken, one of the best charts you ever posted. You're making calls, my friend. You're making calls. You're becoming me, and this is the point. This is the whole point, to have 100 lifers or more, thousands of lifers. But to be real lifer, I know it takes a lot of time, patience, and discipline. And you're putting in that work. I can see it from your chart. I love Basic Attention Token. I think this is a perfect time to get into Basic Attention Token. I think it may be one of the top coins in 2021 due to its utility. It actually has utility. What is Basic Attention Token? Well, it's your basic attention. What do you mean? Well, it's the idea that when you go online, you're bombarded with ads. Like, let me show you real quick. If I go on YouTube right now and I pick a video, but look, see, I have the brave face on. Say I take the brave face off. Check this out, what happens. Number one, a Google ad comes right up here. And you have to see it. Now, the Google ad wouldn't have ever come up. Oh, look, there's an old video of mine that came up. That's interesting. It's a rap I did years ago.
Can't catch me because I'm turning it up. It's on the flow. Are you filming right now?
Yeah.
I want to do a verse, yo. Can you keep me in like pretty good focus?
Yes.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Yo, check it. Sam Price. We live here. East Village, Manhattan, New York. Let me give you a piece of the little song. I shatter your matter, disperse in the earth. I burst with the verse for personal worth. I'll piss and shit and curse in a church. I'll tragically stab a priest and visit him just to flirt with the nurse. I'm worse than dirt. Racing to close the curtain to insert in a shapely virgin. Make it urgent. My face emerging from the mason's furnace. Pages are turning. Books of sorcery. Crooks of Normandy. It looks
interesting. I was just trying to find out. It's a good verse if you want to hear it. But I was just trying to show you that when you click this on, all of a sudden the ads get taken off. It blocks ads. A lot of times when you
can't catch me because I'm
A lot of times when you start a video, there will be an ad you have to watch 5 minutes of. With the Brave browser, not the case. And what happens is, if you want to watch the ad, you flip this off, you get paid in Basic Attention Token.
Can't catch me because I'm turning it up. Put me up.
This pays for 30%, between 10 and 30% a month of my entire internet cost because I'm constantly getting paid to watch ads. If you're not using the Brave browser, number one, it's faster, it's better, it's just a better browser. It's completely a better experience. And if you go to my any of my live streams and any of my videos, one of the first things I have, join Brave Browser. And it's going to explain Browser Reimagined, 3 times faster than Chrome, better privacy by default than Firefox, and uses 35% less battery on your mobile phone. So now you're going to have more battery for your phone. Like, it's a win-win. And you get paid basic attention token. They give you a little wallet at the top. You can connect it to Uphold, and then you can take out. You can also tip me in basic attention token. Once you're in the network, if you're watching me, you could just send a tip, and the tip will go right to me. So it's a really cool way to tip people that you like, people that you watch, and it's an amazing coin. If you want to join my group, please hit the Telegram in the link below, right here, Crypto Life for Trading Group, and that's going to bring you into my group. We have 181 members and counting, and 41 online right now. What an active group. Right now, if you just went into my group, you could see people are posting charts. We need to go over them during the live stream. I don't see this a lot on other YouTube channels. I never see a YouTuber being like, hey, can you post your chart in Telegram so I can look at it for you? This is something that we're doing here, very different, very new, very unique. So if you want to be part of something new that's moving forward, please become a lifer and get it moving. You won't be disappointed. You really won't. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. Do a video on XEM. I like the ecosystem. Please. Okay. Have you checked out PolkaStarter? Yeah, I talked about it earlier. Did you check the dollar divergence? No, we didn't check the dollar divergence. What does that mean exactly, though? PolkaStarter is a great coin. Nice job, Edidukin. I think all markets are going to pull back. And there's your negative Nancy, man. All markets are going to pull back. It's possible. I don't see it. I think if markets pull back, people are going to flock into Bitcoin. I honestly feel like billionaires have spoken. They've spoken. So check this out. Polkadot's going to make its way back into this pattern. It's getting very bullish. You remember, it's an all-time highs. It's end price discovery at this point, so it really just wants to do whatever it wants to do. I would straighten up these bars and just turn this back into a bull flag. As long as it's staying in this bull flag, it's going to be fine. We need to break all-time high at 835 to continue on this run, but I like where we're sitting. Are we going to form a giant shoulder, head, right shoulder? It's possible. It's possible, but we'll see what happens right now for Polkadot. Not saying make a trade on it right now. I would be maybe possibly taking some profits. I do have a target, though, at 883, and that's the target of this bull flag here, and we didn't reach it yet, and we're on our way, so it's a good chance that we do hit that target. All right, I saw a lot of tickers in a second ago. You guys asked. Let's look at total and total, too, though. I really want to get over that. And you asked about the dollar index. It's not doing well. Let's take a look at the dollar. The DXY is what you want to be mapping out. If you're a trader and you're not doing the DXY, I feel like everyone should be watching the DXY. Now, the DXY is not in a good place. If we look at it on the 3-day, which is a very large time frame, we hit our auto, get a look at it. You can see that it is clearly forming this channel. I'll even go to the weekly for you guys. Now, it's clearly in this channel. It comes up, down, down, but it's lower highs every time, right? Lower high here, lower high here, lower high here, and lower lows, right? Look for us to make yet another lower low. And look, it double topped here. Very ugly. Couldn't get over it. That's kind of formed a rounded bottom. Very, very bearish scenarios here showing up on large time frames. Okay. Possible bounce at one point, but for how long and for how short-lived? It will be very ephemeral. Ephemeral means short-lived. I remember when I learned that word, I was reading a storybook about like little animals. It was like a fable, and it was talking about how the mice were running around inside of a lawn, and the lawn, the guy mowing the lawn was going in from the outside to the in, and they kept going into the inside, and it said their life was ephemeral because it was only a matter of time until the lawnmower chewed them up. Sad to say. Sorry to be so morbid. But that's how I remember the word ephemeral, because that's when I first learned it. So, funny. EPHEMEARL, ephemeral. ERAL, sorry. EPHEMERAL, ephemeral. So, check it out. And it means short-lived. It's a really cool way to sound smart. If you want to use that lexicon, that proper nomenclature. So check it out. This fell out of the pattern. I still have a target of this, like even further down, but it hit pretty close to the target and rounding down. If we were to flip this upside down, it looks like a parabola, right, that's breaking out on its way to the top. It looks very bullish. So I think this just continues down. I do have a bigger target down here, all the way at 76. Pretty ugly if it makes a measured move, you know, out of this pole here, down to 76. So the dollar index not doing well, 89. Let's see if we had a little bit of a pop today. It looks like we may have. We did. We bounced off of 89.50 up to 89.70, but we may even get rejected by the 50-day moving average and by this other place where we had issues getting over at 89.89. Not a lot of strong indications. A stimulus is coming out for $900 billion. That's only going to send the value of the dollar down. You can't keep adding money to circulation and expect it to hold its value. It's just not going to happen. That's another reason why Bitcoin is going up so fast. Not only is it in demand, but the supply is getting shocked, and you're having its counterpart pair falling to the ground. It has three things going for it that are really key. It's not even an investment at this point as much as it is a lifesaver. I really caution you, if you're holding cash, it's not a good idea. Soon they're going to have cards that will convert your cash. They'll have credit cards. There's probably even going to be a bank account soon where you can keep your crypto there and you can use it to pay your bills. I'm this close to getting rid of all cash in my life, literally. Probably within 2 months, I'm going to find a way to pay my mom and dad. I could pay them the rent because I've been paying them rent. I could pay my mother in her Coinbase account. I could just send her $1,000 in Bitcoin or whatever stable coin she wants. She can do what she wants with that. And then that's a fast way to pay the rent, number one. It happens in seconds from Coinbase to Coinbase account. So that takes care of my rent. I won't ever have to pay cash for rent again. I can use a stable. And then on top of that, we can also get a debit card attached to my Bitcoin account. Switch all my money right now into Bitcoin. In the next 2 months, it will be the best decision I ever made. There's really no reason to hold the U.S. dollar anymore at all for any reason at all. It's just useless. It doesn't do anything. I can't send it fast. I can't load it up on my phone. I can't go places with it. It's over. Like, no one wants to hold. Number one, physical cash is over. It's done. It's done. You want to hold something physical, you hold some gold, man. And that's about it. That's about it. Already know the date of the money injection. All right, check this out. Hold on. Did you check the dollar diverge? Yes. PokerStarter. I think all markets going to pull back. Oh, snap. I just came in. Best Telegram group. Great people in the group. Thank you so much. I was wondering where you can get it. PokerStarter. Just if you don't know where to get something, I've gone over this for everybody here. We're going to do this finally. If you don't know where to get a coin, go to CoinGecko. Type in the name. PokerStarter. POLS. Find the ticker. Get acclimated with it. It's up 50 cents. It's up 73% in 30 days. Not too great comparing to some of the bigger moves we've seen in the future and the past, that we could see in the future and that we've seen in the past. Market cap, though, at 27 million. That's a nice, healthy market cap. And then we can go down here, and it's going to show you your exchanges. You can get on Uniswap, Biki, Poloniex, and Gate.io, as well as MXC. So, yes, there you go. And you can go right here. You click on it. It's going to take you actually to the actual pair. You're going to actually connect your wallet, which I would have done right now, but I don't have it on this place. And then there you go. And you could buy PokerStarter on Uniswap. So very simple. If you also want to do it the real, awesome way, be super official, you can copy this contract address. Okay. You can then go to uniswap.org. You have your ETH here, you would hit select the token, you would paste the contract address here, pose, you would add it, and that's how you buy it, and you would swap. And that's going to be your contract address. If you're still skeptical, you can hit Etherscan, and you can go to Etherscan and look up the contract address. You can see how many polls are there, you can see the actual price, you can compare it with the price on MarketCap, make sure that you're not getting a fake address here. And then here's the contract address, which you could copy it yet again, go to Uniswap if you still don't trust it, paste it in, and there it is, man. You got the proper coin. You're not going to get rug pulled. You're getting PokerStarter. So there you go. I answered that question for you. I don't think you should ever have to ask that again. Okay, I was wondering where we can get it at PokerStreet. Possible retracement of ETH to 700 and then off to 800. I don't think so, and I'll tell you why. Algo, this person, thanks. Had a worse, hey, a worse dollar means a better Bitcoin, in my opinion. Of course it does. Smaller time frame, maybe a small pull-up on that support. Small time frames, like next month pullback. Yeah, maybe not. OMG, yeah, OMG is still good, but it's kind of floundering. It's flopping and groping. Already know the date of the money injection? Question mark. What does that mean? Already know the date of the money injection. Yeah, I mean, it starts today. Need a loan if it dips back to 7. Need to load on. Yeah, of course you do. F cash. Yeah, cash is good. Sweet. I'll be back in a half an hour. Hit the like button, people. What do you think about Monero? I love Monero. I think it's a great coin, but I'll probably get banned for saying something. Damn, I was looking somewhere else. LOL. Thanks. No worries, guys. Make sure you do the right thing. CoinGecko is really going to be your go-to, and it's going to help you get where you need to go. So don't, yeah, you're going to want to have to do CoinGecko. It's super important. Super important. Okay. Saw a comment come in. Today is nice. Everything will pump, man. Anytime, Noel. Anytime, man. I appreciate you, man. More than you would know. So, I saw some tickers from you guys. Let's see. Someone threw 3 tickers in a row. Try to give me 1 ticker at a row. I'm not a machine. You know? Even though I actually sometimes act like one. We'll take a look at KSM. Algo, OXT, Light, LRC, and GRT. Okay. Let's take a look at Algo. One of my top picks. I know Crypto Mike likes Algo. He kind of pushed me. I'm not going to say you pushed me into it, but I was already looking at it, and I found that they actually had an office here in Boston. I've sent them a resume to work for them. It would be so cool to, like, you know, even for a couple months to understand how crypto space works and be involved with a crypto company, so I could then form my own company, like a little undercover internship, something of that nature. I think that would be amazing. But look what I see happening for this. It's in a giant double bottom, almost a triple bottom, as you can clearly see. Bottom, bottom. It is a triple bottom, in my opinion. But you could say it's a double bottom as well. You can almost say it's a cup and a handle, too. Could this be a handle and we're flattening out? I see 250% gains coming, 232% gains coming out of Algo. I feel like this is the bottom. 30 to 33 cents area is really going to be the gem for Algo. I don't see it breaking these support regions that it's forming and coming out of these lows. We saw some bullish divergence here on this line, which propelled it back up out of that zone. We see it breaking above other moving averages as well, which is starting to look healthy. The price is starting to make moves. You can see now the 21, and look, the 50 just crossed the 200, and now it's playing with it again. That's a golden cross for Algo on the 12-hour. The larger time frame you have on a cross is pretty big. The daily's not looking too great in our favor, though. We'll say the daily maybe wants to just kind of go more sideways. I think this is sideways action for Algo till it hits the side of this parabola here, and then it's going to make some moves up the side and then make a break. Algo may take like a month, but I think you're going to make about 200% gains out of Algo. You won't see these 32% prices anymore. Let's take a look at the 4-hour for algorithm. And you know what? It's starting to reset and doing good on the MACD and on the RSI. So that's healthy as well. And the same for the 1-hour. So when I see the 1-hour and the 4-hour ready to rock, it tells me in about an hour or two, we may see a big pop for Algo. Let's take our immediate short-term target for Algo for you guys. You can see where we're probably headed if we do make that pop, which I'm about 70% sure that it's on its way due to the indications that I see in the chart. We take our pull. Immediate short-term target here is going to be about 39 cents. And that's 7 cents on 32. You're looking at about 22.5%. Let's see how close I was on the math there. I'd love to see how crazy my brain is. It was 21.59%. I was off by 1%. I gotta cancel the channel. Bondly doing well at 10 cents. I think Bondly's going to be a nice buy around here at the bottom of this trend line as well. I see Bondly kind of doing an inverted head and shoulder here, breaking out. Look for Bondly to get to 20 cents. Not too long from now, has a big following, a lot of people behind it. Bondly, baby. I have a beautiful NFT collection in Bondly. I'd kind of like to show it off because it makes me kind of proud and fun. You know, like Look at my cool NFT collection. So, where is it here? Somewhere in the Telegram. This is how much we've been talking since 6 in the morning already. I have to scroll this far down. This is how much, and all of it has been great. Like, it's not nonsense. This is my NFT collection. I have the sledding Farzan. I have the sledding Resmos. I bought Grumpy Mesmos for 10 BNB when it was about $32, $33. So you're talking $333 for this one NFT. I then got the sledding bond project, the sledding bond swap, and then I got air swapped everything down here, the sledding bond X, the bond project, because I purchased Grumpy Resmold in the first 24 hours. I was get an airdrop this, and then I also got airdrop the group sledding scene. That's if you were able to get all of the 5 NFTs, then you were able to get this as well. And so I have a collection. These are my NFTs, my non-fungible tokens. I own these. They are in small demand. Not many people have that many of them. And if Bondly takes off, there's a good chance that these become very, very, very profitable to hold. So, and if they aren't, some of them were free, and it was fun to do. And you know what? Why not get involved? If someone's going to give me something free, there's no way that I'm going to say no. Today, we talked about, I was giving someone a Litecoin for 10 bucks. BS Social Swap, shout out to you. You won. What we did in the Telegram earlier today is I posted a song that I had written years ago. I saw it on my desktop just when I was cleaning up. And I was like, oh, this would be cool randomly to throw it into the Telegram and then tell everyone, whoever writes the lyrics to the song in the live stream today will get $10 in free Litecoin. So I kind of made an Easter egg hunt, you know, and I found that to be fun, interactive, and interesting. And I'd like to keep doing stuff like that. So if you like that, give me a thumbs up. Let me know. Yeah, B-Swap is coming out on January 4th. Let's talk about B-Swap as well. Bondly's going to have Bondly Swap. And we have that here right now. We can hit the link right here. January 4th, Bondly Swap is released. I'd like to show the actual link. I'd also like to shout out this guy, Crypto Lifestyle. He is unbelievable. He is amazing. And he knows what he's doing. And it can't hurt to check his channel out once in a while. He got me kind of squared away with Wise, as well as my boy Renchi T in my group. Renchi T runs the Uniswap coins and pre-sale room. He's on point. He's posting almost every 10 or 20 minutes, as much as he can, or on the hour. You know, he's showing you where Wise is, how much Wise is, what's going on with Wise, and that's an awesome, interesting tool. He actually helps you too, with DEX tools, all sorts of different things. What a great person to have in our group. We're all so thankful for all his hard work and dedication to the crypto lifers. 19 cents right now. It did go all the way up to 24 cents. It came out though at about 16 cents. So it boomed up about 50%. Now it's up about 24, right? You know, 3 on 16. It's up about 22%, something like that. So 23% actually, because 3 into 6 is 2 and 3 into 1 is 10 is 3 with it knocked over, so with 1 left over and then 1 repeating. It's actually 21.33 repeating. Look at this, yo. I just did the math. I think this is nuts. But I just did the math. I did 16 divided by 3, and I got 21.33 repeating. 5.33. I should have said 5. Yeah, 3 into 16. Yeah. 5.33 repeating. But I had it, but I didn't have it, right? Anyway. Know where I got the freaking 20. Yeah. 3 into 16 goes 5, and then the leftovers. I did the remainders and forgot where I was in my head. Anyway, trying to show off, and I look at the clock. At this point, man. But it's crazy how I do digital math super fast sometimes. Some days my brain's faster than others, too. It's really weird. Kind of runs like a machine. Okay, so check it out. Let's see the topic here. What's going on with you guys? Reef is pamping. Nice. Yes. Adam. Decent entry coming to Adam soon. B-Swap on January 4th. Reggie puts in the work. Listen to him. Looking for the retrace to the 618. I agree with you. Need to load more of DOT if it dips. Yeah. Let's take a look at GRT. Someone mentioned GRT. I also like 1 inch. I tried to find the bottom on 1 inch, and then I got distracted by the holidays. And it's sad because I was in it, but got tossed by it. And it's just been a little bit of a, you know, it's been tough, honestly. So when I think about 1 inch, I was on it. Like, I was on it, but I was off. Like, this one I didn't get perfectly. It's sad. I kept trying to catch the bottom, and they caught me twice. I lost 40 and 50 bucks each time, and then I kind of got depressed. But I was like, yeah. But look, we did have it on this inverted head and shoulder on the 30-minute. shoulder, head, right shoulder, and I did predict that if we bought it there, it would break the line, the neckline of that shoulder and go up. Sometimes I do this with you guys, and I forget them myself. Like, I forget my own setups. I do 60 setups a day sometimes, and yeah, there's a chance a few slip by me. Sad, though, because I should have gotten in when we broke out of 101, and I should be up at 127, up now 27%. But I did make this call. I hope I posted this, or at least we went over it on the group. And I showed you there was 20% gains if we broke out of the inverted head and shoulder, which we did exactly. And then we hit the target I talked about exactly at about 130, got rejected. We came up above it a little bit, all the way here to about 136. And now we're flagging, in my opinion. So this thing looks like it really wants to continue. It's doing a bit of a bull flag here. Let's take a look at it on the 1 hour and the 4 hour to get some confirmation of an entry. And then this may be, yeah. And then what we could do is we could take like a long, I almost want to take a long pull out of this one, like kind of like that. But we could take the short pull. And it gives us a temporary short-term target of about 153, 154. Even let's call it 155 on the dot. So yeah, there you go. And there's some big gains coming, right? I mean, that's not too bad. 27% more if we break out of here. Let's take a look at the 1 hour. 1 hour is ready to go. Stokes are low, and we're ready to go. We even had some movement, and we're lacking volume as we're moving down. It tells me that there is going to be some type of reversal. 4 hours not too helpful. You don't get a lot of information. 2 hours okay. Says it wants to roll over. The 1 hour looks good for us right now on this smaller time frame. Interesting. Also, if we fell down pretty fast due to the sell-off, so it looks like we can jump up pretty fast. We can gap back up to 154, and then it looks like our next resistance place is 177. So I do like it here, honestly, at 127. The buy was even better at 120 at the bottom of the trend line, but you could wait for a breakout. If it can get above 130, this area here, and then stay above it, come back down for a retest, that would be your perfect buy. A retest wick back to 130 would be a gem. So let's look at the biggest winners I have in my group today. Ncash up 44%, Reef up 42%, Dot up 23%, SWRV, this swerve, this thing just keeps going up on Polonian. I don't know what the heck it is, but every day it seems like it's up again. Interesting. Kin, I keep talking about Kin token. I talk about it a lot because I own bags of it. I bought it a long time ago. I'm talking years ago. Now, if you bought Kin on November 27th, you would end up being up 2,247%. Now you're only up about 100%. Interesting. But Kin is on a tear. As you can see, they finally had their lawsuit squared away with the SEC, which is also good to bring up with Ripple. Kin took care of it. If Kin could take care of it and continue on, then I don't see why Ripple can't take care of it and continue on as well. So that's my idea here. Uniswap just flying off the chain. I actually had this trade for you guys as well, posted, ready to go. I gave you your link, your poll, and your target. I said we were in a bit of a inverse head and shoulders. I put this up in the group yesterday, the day before. I said this is a cup and a handle with an inverse head and shoulders on it. Look for us to eclipse the target all the way up here at 521. We're halfway there already. So this is another call on the channel. It's going very, 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 very well. I gave you Theta yesterday. It was the biggest call on my group. If you were joining my group, and I don't give calls, I don't give like stone cold calls every day. When I do, look, this was yesterday at 5:07 p.m. Actually, I think it was the day before at 5:07 p.m. And I wrote, here's an official call by the crypto lifer, Theta USD or Theta BTC. Risk only 1% of your portfolio. To get your position size, divide 1% of your portfolio by 0.0742. I got you into the trade. The entry was right here at 141. I even gave you your stop loss, your risk, everything. It was a 7-to-1 risk-reward ratio. You're going to risk 7% to gain 50%. I did all the math, all the risk, all the thought, even took into consideration support and resistance, found the pennant, found targets. This is probably one of my, this is a golden trade here. And I even said to everybody, like, this is one of the, has a 8%. Yesterday on my stream, I almost said guarantee, and then I stopped myself. I said, you can't be saying that, and I said, not guaranteed, because you can't say that. But I actually felt it was, in my heart of hearts, like, it was a guarantee anyway. And I know you can't say that in stocks, but, I mean, look at it. Let's see where it ended up going. It went all the way to as high as 179, got rejected, went really low to 159 with that Bitcoin dump, but came right back up. Now it's forming that like C resistance and support. It's really in the same range here. To me, it is a range, so I'm going to make you a little box so you can understand where we're at. But this is a range right here for theta. It's really in and out of this box here. Once it breaks out of this box, easily getting up to 214 and getting to its target. So, yeah. Right now, the 4-hour rolled over on us, though, which wasn't a good sign. We didn't get as much momentum as we wanted. We want to see this go up. We'll look for smallish bearish momentum. I think we form a flag here for theta. Okay? Something of this nature. Okay. Atom booming. Let me show you what I think about Atom. Why I love Atom. Atom's one of my long-term holds. I've been talking about Atom. I talk about it all the time. It's one of my favorite coins. I've been trading it for about 18 months on and off now. I just absolutely love the price action on it. It doesn't pump and dump a lot. It really holds its consolidation and it moves well. And it's actually going to be one of the greatest coins to hold in the upcoming bull run, in my opinion. This is a cup and handle. It's not perfect, but to me, it is a cup and handle. It's forming the handle right here. Look for it to break out. It actually just had some big price action. Hard to understand, but it did. Look at the W that it formed. I believe it can break out of this W easily. And let me show you my measured move for Atom. It's all the way back up here to 858 to its all-time high, and then it's gone. So, yeah, quick money coming out of Atom. Watch Atom as it breaks out of here. Another bullish coin, in my opinion. 4-hour actually just had a cross. Tried to go bearish on the MACD, and then it just said no. It said no, like we're not going to do that. We're going to form a V, and we're going to get real bullish on you. I really feel like there's an altcoin surge coming. I feel like they may even move up when we go up to 30K, and then as Bitcoin's sideways, you're just going to see a flood of money flying into these altcoins. You have to remember, if we look at total and total 2 as well, we're getting to the time where we're at all-time highs in the market cap for crypto. Okay, so we're in a crazy time, guys. Like an absolutely crazy time for cryptocurrency. Ocean is on my radar. I bring it up a lot down here at this 30 region. Seems to have bottomed out, in my opinion. This is a giant double bottom. If you look at it, beautiful, beautiful. I think that was your low there. That whipped down to 25. Now it's forming a bit of another double bottom here. I really like Ocean. Once it completes this consolidative movement out and starts to retrace, starts to make a nice movement back up, and it forms a new trend line. But watch Ocean. Just had some news that it's working with Polkadot. It's inside the Polkadot ecosystem. Anything in Polkadot is really hot right now, and this is forming a beautiful double bottom. Really a good price to get into Ocean at 30 cents. We're going to take a look at total and total 2 as well right now for you, as well as my Apple call. We'll see how that's going. And SGMO, what are you up to? SGMO seems to be, well, it did hit the 21-day moving average. That's a good sign. I still think it's possible it gets to 1427. So far, my retraces have been pretty right. Came really close to the 382. It's inside that pocket there. It did wick probably to it. But it could also, usually, its price will come down to the 0.5 or the 0.618. There's very, very good chance we see it back at 13. That would be a load-up point, though, for sure, for it to continue, because that will probably lend us into, some, I think, possibly hidden bullish divergence. I'd like to see that on, like, the 1 hour, and then be a beautiful entry. Beautiful entry. Let's take a look at total and total, too. So we did get rejected by this. So if I bring you to the 3... I actually have to go to like the monthly, and if you can see, this is the monthly total too. Ever since these cryptos began back in 2015, so look at this. This is the run of 2017, and now here's our run, easily going to top 2017. It's going to make this look like a bug. This actually is going to look like this. See how flat this is down here? That's what this line is going to look like. We're going to. Let me show you where we're going. We're going like to the highs of the highs, my friends. Our pullback, our big pullback, is not for like a year. Like we are on the way, my friends. We are on the way. And let me just show you, Just a visual idea. So you can like kind of like get, okay, this is what you're thinking. So this is going to connect to this. And I just feel like we're just gonna get to some highs like this. You're gonna see these little lows, like you're like, wow, remember when the market cap was at $1 billion, guys? Last, 6-7 months ago. Look how much we've already moved. Like, let me put this in perspective for you on the monthly, right? In March 1st, this market cap was $131 billion. Now we're all the way up. We've 7x'd. We brought in damn near $600 billion in less than a year. You show me you show me what has rendered $600 billion in a year time. Now, I didn't like the rejection from 760. We hit the all-time high last night. You can see it, and we were rejected by the all-time high. I'm going to go into a little deeper dive analysis of that and explain to you where we're at and what could be occurring. So we got rejected by the price action. It also coincides with a high RSI and a rolling over MACD. Tells me that there is a little bit of a correction coming, even if it's slight for the total market cap. But all it means is we could flag here. Maybe no correction at all, just some sideways movement. So it's calling for some sideways movement in the space. That could be, remember, Bitcoin takes up 70% of the dominance here. That tells me that Bitcoin may want to go sideways. I feel like we're going to go sideways in Bitcoin. And that's kind of also an indication coming here. Now, let's look at these. This is all the altcoins, excluding Bitcoin. And where do I see us going there? Well, we're in a rising wedge, and we could break 68% chance to break to the downside back to 160. That would be horrible for altcoins. Good for people that are accumulating. You get your last prices one more time before they are probably insurmountable and just too high for you to achieve. But now I see us breaking out and going all the way to $300 billion in the market cap. So definitely I'm staring at this pattern. I want to see how it plays out. I'm seeing a lot of wicks and up and down, a lot of indecision, but it's good we're getting wicked off the bottom here. Watch us keep moving. Let's go to the 4 hour. I just want to keep seeing this. Yeah, that's an inverted head and shoulders as well. That should play out and get us out of the pattern. So this is key to me, this inverted head and shoulders. Tells me that there's a chance that we get out of the pattern on this one. So I think there's a higher probability that we break to the upside out of this rising wedge and get up to $300 billion. So look for that, man. That would be unbelievable. Unbelievable. Okay. We gave you theta. We gave you uni. And it's funny is I see other people talking about these same, even people that I'm in other trading groups with, and I'm not getting these from other trading groups. It's just so obvious. Like any trader who goes through all these coins and sees this pennant, I mean, it was that obvious, you know. And that's why I don't like traders that are like, I predicted this. I didn't predict this. All I did was to show you the measured move of a triangle. You know, like I see Crypto. I like that guy, but he's like, look at Bitcoin. It went exactly where I predicted it would go. And it's like, you didn't predict that. Like, everyone had the same chart. Anyone who's done 10 years of charting, like you and me, we know where it's going, man. Like, it's not rocket science, you know? So, I think it's kind of pompous to call these your predictions when it's really just charting. It's charting, it's measured move. Fine. I'm good at finding the measured move. Is it my prediction, though? Like, did I sit there with a crystal ball and tell you theta's going to 171? No, I did the work inside the charts. I did the work. The work told me where it was going. I did a deep dive in the charts, and the charts rendered me the information possible to get me where I needed to go. It is what it is. Taking credit as if I'm like some magician making predictions is kind of lame. What do you guys think, you know? I think we're seeing a big move in DeFi. I want to look at DeFi perp. That's going to be all of the DeFi coins. Oh, I want to look at GRT for you. Let me jump into GRT. Let me look back into this last year. What's going on here? I should have loaded up more last week. Yeah, you should have. Dots moving, you know? One day we'll be looking back knowing we were here first. Of course we will. That's crazy. Looking at Wayne cup and handle, it's going to break out huge in my opinion. Inverse cup and handle, shoulders on the handle, double bottom on the MACD, and bullish cross. Yeah, I bought up theta at 134. Hey, you got to do what you got to do, man. I can't believe I didn't buy it at 74. It was obvious, right? Looking for a retrace of the 618 for what? Gotta say what you're talking about. Diss track on Crypto soon. I love it. We could do that just for, but I really like them. Like I don't have, but I remember you telling me you thought like Da Vinci was kind of shady. I like Da Vinci for whatever reason, but I see where your point. I mean, they claim to know everything all the time. You know, like he was gonna sell a Bitcoin for all the altcoins last week. Like, did he do that? Was that a good idea? 27 likes. You guys are man. You guys are awesome, man. I really appreciate that. You're funny. I don't want to diss nobody, but it is like, look at my target that I predicted perfectly. Today, for the Bitcoin price, you know. Give me some tickers, guys, so we can go over it. I think we did really well today. We went over Bitcoin, went over Bitcoin dominance. We went over a few different altcoins, really kind of telling us a story of where we're going, the big ones that are moving the market, so we can kind of see EGLD. I like EGLD. I see it booming. I've got a big target breaking out of this all the way up at $50. So look for this to 100% EGLD USDT. Okay, a big coin that you want to keep on your radar for sure. Filecoin. A lot of people talking about Filecoin fell out of the pattern, forming bullish divergence here at the bottom though, which is really nice on the 4-hour. Double bullish divergence it kind of formed. For me, that is your spot though. And there's your entry. Textbook entry right there at 20, and we're up at 22, 22, 24. Interesting. The Filecoin get back in its good graces. I mean, we could see this. It's a good project with a big boom. It is at all-time, almost at all-time lows. There is your all-time low, but it's pretty close since that's a wick in my opinion. I just mentioned you guys bringing it up. I don't see much action on it. 1 hour, 4 hours, cool. Daily doesn't give you that much information. It does says it wants to make a move out from where it's at, though. We'll see. GRT had that big boom up. It was fun to trade, hit 70. Then it would come all the way back down. Let's look at the 4 hour. I had it on some Fibonacci's. Let's see what I got going here. I actually gave you the breakout of this, which was a play, and it did make 37% gain. So that was a call that I did make. It was here. You can see my length of my pole. I called a breakout out of here. It would get all the way up to 47 from about 31. So nice gains on that. I took my trade. If you look at 1 hour, I formed a bull flag here. A lot of lines on my chart. I know it's a little messy. Let's boom it up though, so we can just see where we're at in the Fibonacci levels, and we can get rid of them. But we hit the 706. We bounced off the 382. We came into the 5, and now we're bouncing off the 618. I mean, to me, that's a textbook buy, right? The 618. If you can get confluence on the 618, that's a good chance. And look, we're just really ranging on it. Take a look at the 4 hour. The 4 hour, you can't get much information on the 4 hour on this coin. Sad to say. It's too new. You know, we are getting a bullish cross. We had to make a call on it and use what we had. We're getting a bullish cross on multiple time frames and the MACD. If I could find a MACD, it's so small. I'm also using like my laptop sensor pad instead of a mouse, which is really annoying. It hurts my fingers. But yeah, GRT at 35 might be a nice steal. Only because I'm talking about that 618, and it looks like a bit of a double bottom as well. Bottom, bottom. And this thing is a hot coin with a lot behind it. Look for it to break out. Let's like rework the wheel and see what we see here though. It's in a descending triangle, which is possible too. Look at that. And that's bearish. So that's also a possible scenario. This thing would break to the downside. You know, bring it all the way back to the lows. Or does it want to pump? It is coiling up, and you know what? You don't have to risk a lot. You know, just put a stop loss, a couple percentages, 2, 3, 4, to no more than 5 to 6%, in my opinion. Coiled up. Put a smaller time frame to really to hone in. you do want to be outside the pattern, you have to kind of 6% right there is a little close to the bone in my opinion. A little bit of a risky trade. We did get wicked down. 618 does have me kind of salivating a little bit, saying, you know what, it's worth it. Might be worth it. I also think it's just in this falling wedge, right? With a strange bottom fallout, and it's going to push up. So here what we want to do is we want to look for bullish divergence on a smaller time frame. And I already see it immediately off the back of the trend here, which is like right around there. Yeah, and we see a little bit of it here too, because this is swing down, that's swinging down, and if we look at the RSI, not so much, right? That's swinging up. That's divergence right there for sure. So some bullish divergence signs there and there. Possible that we get propelled up out of the pattern. 35,633 for GRT. I'm not going to make a stone cold call on this. I don't think I'm going to enter it, but it's just something to think about. I think, 35, even 35.6. And you'll put a stop loss at 30, 34, 33. And if it falls out of the pattern, then it negates the idea. But there's a chance that it runs all the way back up to its all-time highs here, 81 cents. And that's 100% gains for GRT. Yo. What's going on, my man? Yo, I just read that you got a computer from that lady. What an amazing story, man. That's amazing. Get new stuff set up. BLZ and Uni. EG, 4X coin. Definitely. BLZ fell out of the pattern. That stinks. Check out the crypto stock plays. They are performing nice. BTT, Riot, NXTD, and Mara. They are really, even Green Pro, right? Even Green Pro's doing well. 21 EMA on the fort, Tesla fractal theory. Depending on the channel, it has to go through downtrend. Wait for 200 EMA to appear on GRT and enter. It's going to fly. Okay. XRP YFI. Let's take a look at XRP YFI. Yeah, Riot was doing really well. I like Link coming down. I like Link when Link is cheap, because I know Link's going to be a great project. So I like Link below 12. Anytime you can snatch some more Link, just, in my opinion, you just keep snatching as much Link as you can. Reef doing good. Nice little pump going for Reef. Happy for me. RSR, Moon, Sand. I'm looking at Riot. Oh yeah, I gotta go to the Moans. I got no sleep last night. I'm staying with a family, and I was sleeping on the mat. And I never drink soda. I really don't. But I came from a long drive, and they put a Pepsi next to me, and we had a late dinner, and I was just like talking and thinking. I poured it, and that caffeine kept me up all night. So I'm on like an hour of sleep too, if you can believe it. If you stream every day, there's gonna be like 5 days a month where you're just like pushing through to make it to your stream. I mean, once I'm here with you guys, I feel amazing. I really do. Like it's like I'm right where I want to be, and I feel so awesome. But just like every once in a while, I'm using my memory in my head, and I realize like, wow, I'm a little tired. We talked about Halliburton popping. We discussed it numerous times, right? It did break out. We were looking at around 16 when we first started talking about Halliburton, and now it's starting to push up out of the pattern. Look, I drew this voodoo, and I said it's either going to do one or two things. It's going to go, and look, it took my trend line this way, which is crazy, right? That's voodoo, man. I put that trend line out when we were up here, but this is why you do voodoo. Now it looks like it's not going to go into the downward pattern. I'll still keep it up in case. We could see it fall down here and start doing this in a falling wedge, or now it's either going to have to come back. So it's going to go to one or two places. It's going to go down here to the bottom of the pattern, or it's going to go up here to the top of the pattern. If it breaks this, then I would short it down here. If it breaks this, then I would long it up to there. It's a very simple scenario. If it breaks this line, good chance it goes down 15% to the downside. Forms a falling wedge. Still breaks up high. I'm not saying we're not. I'm still very, very bullish on the overall outcome of this. We go to the daily on Halliburton. Again, they got into the housing market. Could be a bit of a skeptic thing. You could see, but Dick Cheney, right? Big money behind this company. I say it getting all the way back up to 53. You know, there's a good chance you could triple your money on Halliburton. It's breaking out of long term. You know, it's been in this downtrend since January 31st, 2018. It just broke a 2-year downtrend. To me, that's a change. That's a change. That's a reversal in trend. Like, see this downtrend here? Now you have a reversal in trend. That tells you something is going on with this thing. You can start riding. The trend's your friend until it's not. You don't try to play this trend. You don't know when it's going to stop. That's trying to catch a falling knife is what they call it. Here, the knife is falling. Wait for the smoke to clear, the dust to settle, and now you're on your way. Now you're on your way. Riot, 1821, and now a lot of these coins will defy gravity at one point as well too. You can see I thought Riot would eventually retrace to a proper Fibonacci level, right, after double topped here. No way, Riot kept moving. It's got too much connection to Bitcoin at this point, right? So it didn't. Now, though, we could raise the Fib levels here, and we could bring it and say, you know what, I wasn't wrong there, but am I possibly going to be right down? You know, let me delete that. It's not working for us. But are we going to come back down to this 618 now here at 726? I mean, retracements are possible. What I see here right now is we're really far away from the 21-day moving average on the daily. I would take profits yet again at 1823. I just would. That's where I like to take profits. I see this kind of going up here, and then the price going sideways. Forming a flag if it's still bullish, or forming, you know, a head. Maybe coming down and forming another shoulder, and that could be a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. And then we could see a real retracement back to this edge line at about $2. It is connected to blockchain, and as the Bitcoin keeps moving, this should keep moving too. So maybe we see oscillators break and some things in the stock market as they just continue to run in crazy ways. Let's take a look at gold, 1898. I'm still holding gold strong, thinking it's going to go all the way back to that 2140 region. I have it at 2145. That's my target. I'm sticking to it. Look at gold doing well. It broke out of my pennant. It broke out of my widow pennant that I had. Look, I showed you had an inverted head and shoulders, shoulder, head, shoulder. I even have it mapped out. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. And look, I have your target breaking out. Temporary target of that is like 931. Even possibly coming up to 960 out of this head and shoulder. That's a big head. And the neckline to the head gives you a nice line. This is where I got this line here. Neckline to the head. I bring it up to where it breaks out of the shoulder, and that gives you a target. I didn't bring it all the way down. I brought it to like right there because it looks like we may get rejected at 963 because 1, 2, 3 times we've had a bit of resistance there. So we'll probably have some resistance. But look for 1898 to easily gap up. Look, there's no resistance here. We're going to gap up. That last candle went down fast. We should gap up pretty fast to 1960. So I would trade gold. I would take a pip on gold. I'd have no issues getting into gold at the moment. Again, this isn't financial advice. Get yourself a financial advisor. But if you like gold, by all means. Fastly. To me, Fastly's doing this. It's hard to see what Fastly's doing. They've really done some funny stuff to the pattern at this point. I think it's doing a retest to the top. I think this would be your perfect entry at 88.39. It's like kind of a hidden entry, a hidden retest. You have to do a little bit more detective work or see a lot of strange patterns to kind of fill out the blanks for this one. But yeah, I really still think Fastly at 88, and I see a target of 170. I think Fastly's going to easily 100% from where it's at right now. So let me go back to the chat. I haven't looked at it in a while. Yeah, GRT could also form a bull. Exactly, Renchi. Check T Fuel for Theta sympathy play. Yeah, that's a good idea. The valuation for Riot is awful, but it's flying with Bitcoin. Yeah, sympathy play. I get what you're saying. Yeah, you just collect it and connect it, and there it is. Shout out to everyone on the live stream. Thank you guys so much for the 29 likes. It means the world to me. I barter for those likes. Honestly, that's how I feed my daughter, man. Like, soon this channel hopefully will be a way for me to survive while I watch my stacks. Because I'm going to need some way to just at least eat food. I'm not selling any crypto, and I'm running out of cash. So there's gonna be a time where I'm gonna need this channel to create more income, man. I'm gonna force it. I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna make it my reality. I'm gonna manifest it into reality. You guys watch. Just like we went this far from zero. I started with just opening a computer one day and saying and making a logo. I used Fiverr and I worked with a guy in Indonesia. We made the logo. I said I'm gonna make this channel the best thing ever, you know. And I had no idea where it was gonna go, how far it was gonna go, how fast it was gonna go, where it was gonna go. All I knew is I had a good heart. I cared about other people, and I was going to use anything that I learned to help others. And if that's something that I could do in my life and be remembered, then legacy is all I care about, honestly. And this channel is about my legacy. And I want to have a legacy that goes down in history as one of the greatest humanitarians to ever live on this earth. Like, I want it to be known that I didn't care about myself. You know, I'm sure I make mistakes. I'm sure I can be narcissistic sometimes. Everyone has a narcissist in them. It depends on how much we let that grow and indulge inside of us. We all want to be selfish sometimes, but I keep finding that every time I give a piece of myself away, tears of joy stream out of my eyes in ways that I never thought possible. You guys have all said things to me and connected to me in ways. Yeah, less than 3 months ago, you had 35 members in your Telegram. Now you're at 181. I love your energy. Thank you so much, this person. Look at Phil under 1 hour. Want to show you what I meant with the fractal theory. Yeah, let's do that. XRP is going to 30. Yeah, it's possible. I think so. We'll take a look at it before I say anything. Look at Phil under 1 hour. Okay, let's look at Phil under 1 hour with you. School me, man. Now my own students are teaching me things. Like, I thought I was the master, and now they're showing me things that I didn't know. You know? So I'm getting the beginner's mind at all times. I'm really going through a transformation with this channel and this group. It's humbling me. Wow, Adam, going to $6. That's a breakout. That, my friends, is a breakout. See that little poke out? It's starting, man. It's starting. I don't think you're going to see Adam back at $6. This is a cup and handle, man. Adam to $8.59. Look out for Adam to continue to grow. Wow, really like to see that. Now, Band likes to move with Adam. Band's been quiet recently. Band was the coin that always moved, that always flew, that everybody loved. And now it's just, I don't get it, Band. What do you want to do here? What are you doing? I see it's in this left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and it's just forming that right shoulder pattern on the way up. That's what I see happening for Band right now. Looking really good on the daily. It's got a MACD cross coming. Lack of bearish momentum. We do still have the Stokes pointing down. It's acting a little funny, honestly. It's in a funny place. I feel like it's just going to bull. Maybe come back down to 560. Oh, yeah, that's right. It may come up all the way here to 8 and then still come and retest $5 one more time. Unless we get this parabola here and it does something like that and just test $7. That makes more sense. We come back to 8, test 7, continue on our way. But Band is in accumulation mode right now. Only a matter of time till it eventually breaks out. This is your time. Getting Band around $5, trust me, Band has already been $19 before. So there's 17 something, say 18. So it can already 3x or more from where it's at right now. It's been shown to do that. It actually went from $1 to $18 in August. Once we have a run of runs, like we really get a run like you're looking for, you're going to see some gains like you've never believed possible in your life. It's happened to me before, and it will happen to me again, and I'm telling you, it's on the way. As much as I chart and I'm good at technical analysis, I was also there during that bull run of 2017, and I was around. I started speculating getting in 2016, and I really got my feet dirty, my hands dirty in 2017. I missed the boat. I was told to buy Ethereum at $9. I got emails to buy Bitcoin at $350, $500. I chose. I was a beginning investor at the time. Wasn't exactly, I was half. I had traded gold and silver for about 4.5 years and some energy stocks and things of that nature. And I'd been on the Toronto Stock Exchange. I got into Canopy Grow Corp before it was even on the NASDAQ. I found it on the Toronto Stock Exchange for $3 Canadian. So I was in that stock before anyone even knew about it. I ended up with turning $6,000 into $17,000 and then putting that into Bitcoin during the bear market. So I played the weed stocks and was able to come up on some Bitcoin. And that's basically kind of my story too. Like I found Canopy Grow Corp on the Toronto Stock Exchange. Here's a story for just for you guys, and then we're going to get into Phil with what you're saying, because I don't want to blow you off, Duke, and please bear with me. I hope you're still around. Give me a thumbs up if you want to get into Phil right when I finish the story. Let me know. Yeah, Theta is gone, man. Theta is gone. If you don't own Theta, you're depressed right now. I own a bag of Theta, and I feel great about it. I felt like even if you can get $1,000 of some of these coins, it's worth it. You know, to me, $1,000. I feel pompous saying this, but it's a small position to me, just in the way I go about things. You know, I gave you this trade. It was golden. It was golden. It was a golden trade. You said Theta just broke out of its rising wedge. What time frame are you looking at? Let's see. Oh yeah, here, you could call it. I see what you're saying. I'll give it to you here. We'll go back to the 5-minute maybe. And yeah, this was in a bit of a pattern here. Big move for Theta. Huge candle on the smaller time frame. Nice volume. That was an ascending triangle, actually. I don't see a rising wedge that it broke out of, my man. I don't know if you need some tutoring. Let me know. I don't mean to be rude. But, here, it's also forming a bigger pattern as well. This pattern here, where it's in a channel. Look for it to go to the top of the channel. Theta, baby, all the way to 182. Could it retrace though? Back to 174. It may do this on its way, but that's still beautiful. It broke out. I put you guys in at 141, 142 yesterday in the live stream, and I also made it an official call. So I don't know what more I can do, but what I am is I'm so consistent. Since I've started this channel, I've given many calls. I've had people say my calls are crap. I've had friends that have known me for years. I had one friend who said, I jumped on your show, I watched it for 10 minutes. Your TA wasn't that good. And that's the last thing he said to me. I feel bad for that guy because he missed out on a lot of money. But shout out to him. He knows who he is. I love you. You'll come around eventually once I have 15,000 subscribers. I pull up to your house in a Tesla. But anyway, it is what it is, man. You can't lead a horse to water. You can't force people to do stuff. Yo, lifer, when you mark up a falling wedge on your chart, you're looking for a breakout of that pattern. Always. Always. Falling wedges break up 68% of the time. You got to understand your patterns, man. You know, you got to learn your patterns. I have a quick pattern cheat sheet for you that I could maybe give you. But I only have one screen right now, so I can't bring things up and without hiding personal information like I normally can. But normally I can go to my Google Drive and give you a pattern. If you want to go to my video, I have a great video on patterns, man. Like my first video I ever started, I started with an educational channel being like, all right, I got to show people the way, right? So like the first video that I ever put out, I've put out like, I don't know how many videos at this point, hundreds. I think I'm almost at 300 videos at this point. Hours and hours and hours of content. It's absolutely absurd. I can't get to it anymore. I guess I have to go to my... Damn, it won't load all my videos, but there's more videos to be seen. There's more videos to be seen, but there's a pattern trading video. Patterns work. It's called How Patterns Work. It's down here at the bottom. It's one of my first videos ever. But that video is great because what I do is I show you all the different patterns and how they're breaking out and breaking down, and just really explain patterns to you in the best way possible. So, yeah. Top 10x coins. Well,
Now that we've helped people customize and save with Liberty Mutual, we can finally do some beach reading.
see, look, you click this, and we never would have saw that
maybe
ad.
aren't top level, because this is what I get at.
That, I mean, and their tokens using the ecosystem. So you either get your interest and sell, or if you take out a loan, you have to pay the interest and sell. And so I think because of that, the fixed supply of the community, I think that one could definitely go up because their user base is just growing. Right now it's 200,000 people. It's growing and growing and growing, and that could be huge.
There's a segue here. So have you heard of Yield app?
Yield
Have you heard?
app?
This is one of my favorite.
I think
This guy got me into crypto. His name is Randall. He's got a show called Crypto Love, and I love him. He's funny. He can make. He kind of goes a little vulgar sometimes. He makes jokes. I love him though, and he got me into Cardano in 2017. He got me into Stellar Lumens. He is a great guy to go to for projects. His show is Crypto Love. Look, they even got
Foreign
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin, Ethereum, considering it's drastically outperformed it in 2020, that's going to truly make it a unicorn coin, but not a Uniswap. Foreign Bitcoin, Ethereum, outperform Bitcoin. That's the one thing I would say about Celsius. I like Celsius. I like a lot of stuff they do. For them to, outperform Bitcoin, Ethereum, considering it's drastically outperformed it in 2020, that's going to truly make it a unicorn coin, but not a Uniswap. And I would say, like, I've got several projects that I'm working with, some that I haven't even done videos on yet or talked with. I mean, projects I'm advisors for, or I'm an advisor for. Obviously, YFDI, Ferrum Network, that we talked about at the beginning, very bullish on Ferrum Network. They're working with a company called Plasma Pay, which is another one that I'm very
I do like Ferrum Network. I've been bringing Ferrum Network up recently as well.
bullish on. And then also Smart Key. I mean,
Smart Key looks like it's
a lot
going
of
to
people
be
have been
big.
making comments about it in the channel. These are projects that are doing like real things. These are projects that are not like fly by night and things like that. So those are four that I'm looking at. But this is what I want to say. And this is not directed towards any coin that I'm working with, any coin I've worked with in the past. It's just, there have been a lot of coins that I've talked about on my channel that have 10x'd. And you know what happens after a project 10x's? It usually comes back to reality. I think when you guys are looking at altcoin strategies, you really do, like, almost no matter how much you believe in anything, like, you have to make smart money decisions for yourself. So when it comes to these coins that may or may not explode, Zero Chain is another one that I'm looking at. You guys might want to be paying attention to. Don't come at me or come at anybody that you invest in a coin and it goes up 10x and then it goes back to its original value and you say, oh, well.
Yeah, people do that to me all the time. I have a best friend that blamed me for all his Ripple losses because I said it was time to buy Ripple when it broke out, Yeah, do you happen to go over 1 inch already? We did, like, numerous times. Numerous times we went over 1 inch. I'm exhausted. I know where I was asleep. You want me to go over 1 inch one more time? Fine. It's pretty simple, bro. Look at it. It was in a falling wedge. It formed a left shoulder, a head, a right shoulder. I gave you the breakout actually yesterday. I said it should break out of this and hit the top of the pattern, which I said was 129. It did that exactly as I predicted, or that the chart showed that it was happening, I guess, yeah, I just said I don't like people do that. But it did it exactly as I found the target out of the chart by taking the measured move from the head here and then bringing it up to the shoulder. It actually is a shorter pattern. It's like this. Here's your head. Shrink this down. Bring this up. And that gave me the measured move. And it also coincided with previous resistance. It's insane, man. You'll get measured moves that will hit a previous resistance line, and that will where you sell, that would have been 132, 136 sell, 134. You go back all the way to the bottom of the pattern at 119. Imagine getting back into 119. Also, what I see is a double bottom. Look at it. Look at the W forming there. It's beautiful. So I see 1 inch going up even more to 154. 27% gains coming out of 1 inch. So there you go. I did 1 inch for you. Love you, man. Jesse B. Ivan on Tech is the best. Put your big boy pants on. LOL. Put your big boy pants on. I like Ivan on Tech. When I listen to Scandinavians talk English, it just drives me absolutely insane because they feel like they're pushing their words out the top of their tongues and they just like struggle with the English language. Look at the videos that they produce. It's funny, guy. I love Ivan on Tech. It's a little hard for me to listen to the guy. I feel rude saying that. There's probably people that maybe there's probably some guy out in Scandinavia who doesn't like my accent. He's like, I just can't get through his show. I don't like the way he sounds. Shout out to everyone that pushes the entire crypto space forward. Shout out to Ivan on Tech and everything he does for us, coming to us like an atomic clock at 8:30 a.m. every single day. Put your big boy pants on. But yeah, hilarious, right? Wow, 11:18. Show is rocking. We're doing well. Thank you guys so much for coming in. Let's see. Put your big boy pants on. It's just funny that's what I heard. There's just so much going on. He talked about zero chain. Let's throw that in there. Can we even find out about it? Zero chain on market cap. Not listed yet. Alright, so this is something that we may want to get into. Zero chain. Alright. We don't even know the name. We don't know anything about it. We know the layerx.com GitHub introduction. Okay, zero chain, privacy protecting, substrate, core. What do you know when you see substrate? What do you think about? You think of Polkadot, right? The substrate ecosystem. So this is something to think about. Is it going to kind of get brought into Polkadot? And could it be amazing? So interesting. This is how I find things out. Like we just heard about zero chain in a quick conversation. We run with that information, okay, and we learn about it, and we try to find out about it. We do deep. Now we know about zero chain before everybody else. Like we're some of the first people. It's basically designed to store encrypted data. Usually all data on the blockchain is public and everyone can see it. Well, data on zero chain is encrypted, so no one can see the data without the key for decryption. Pretty interesting, right? Why does VC expect altcoins to boom as Bitcoin rally enters an extreme? It's no secret Bitcoin in recent. And then we'll segue into the news at this point. Why not, right? So let me get the news ready, and we'll get into some news. Any more tickers? What are you guys doing? I didn't go over BLZ and Uni. Let me do that. I'm just exhausted. My energy is up, and I'm feeling great, guys. Yeah. Wow, what a dump for BLZ. One of my favorite coins. They loved it. Back in August, I was playing it. I thought it was going to be an amazing move. I didn't know they were going to dump the altcoin market for 5 months like they did. Really strange, honestly, what they did. They pumped these prices up to the highest I've ever seen. You know what they did is they knew Bitcoin was going to pump. I actually know what they did. The institutions knew Bitcoin was going to pump. They wanted more Bitcoin. They put a little bit of money in the altcoins. They pumped them to the top in August. They sold them all off. They bought into Bitcoin. They pumped Bitcoin all the way up while all the altcoins died. And it took retail and people like me I was a little late to figuring out what they were doing. When they started I fell into the altcoin rally and thought that was the beginning of the whole overall rally. Now look at this, it's forming a bull and it's still coming down. I think that's your bottom though. It's kind of your apex of the bull, right? So I'm going to call that a bottom for you. When we hit the bottom of the bull, which was about 4633. I think that was your bottom, and I think if you buy in right now, you're pretty dang close to the bottom. I don't want to make a perfect call on this. I'm not ready for a complete deep dive on it at the moment. I'm kind of spent on doing the tickers. I want to move into the news. But yeah, I see this going here and here and here. I also have like a 4-hour drive today ahead of me. It's just a lot going on. So anyway. With gains of 112%, if you can get back up and watch it break through these levels, I like where it's at. A bit of a double bottom for me as well. So, BLZ. We did look at Uni already. I'm not. It's doing really good. It's gonna keep doing good. You know, that's all you need to know. Okay. My biggest pet peeve. Like, I swear to God. Like, if you want to piss me off. If you want to piss me off, stand next to me during my live stream. I tell my wife, like, do not stand next to me during my live stream. Like, it is the most annoying thing that could ever be done to anyone who's trying to perform in front of a large group of people. Okay, check it out. Yeah, Uni's just doing great now. Ripping, absolutely ripping now. I see it kind of getting rejected at 518. That's my target for it. So I think once it hits 518, it's going to get rejected. But I do see a bigger. That rejected doesn't mean it's going down. I think there it will go sideways and then rip back all the way up to 624. So 62% gains coming possibly. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and that could boom up. That's my target. The temporary target out of the inverted head and shoulders is 523. Wow, man. Uni was a steal down at about 350, 350. Shout out to XRP Muser. I know he was a yacht. I just saw Uni at 350. I grabbed $600 worth of it, and I stashed it for years to come. And I was like, it's a good idea. Uni's going to be a good coin. You know, it's going to be a good project. Let's look at SNX. A lot of people talking about SNX, but it's not performing as well. It had its boom up. Starting to play a little bit of games. I want to see when the next possible entry is for SNX, because I'm sure it will pump with the TK2R news on it, and I'm sure it's going to do well. We just got to kind of figure out where it wants to rest. Forming this bull flag, looks like it wants to come out. It did hit my exact target at 853 that I had pointed. How did I get it? I just drew the length of the pole here at the back end of this. I took this whole length, which is the length, the base of the triangle, and I put it up here. It's that simple, friends. Gave me the target. I sold it the target, and I wait for it to get back to support, and I buy in. It's a pretty simple game. It's a pretty simple game. Now it's holding strong support here, and I feel like there's bullish divergence pushing up and bouncing down. I like this at 739 right now. It did get whipped all the way down to 694. That was just a stop loss whip, trying to get people out of position. 4 hour looking okay, and 1 hour wants to roll down. Not the best, and the daily's a little spent. There could be more of a retrace coming for this. Hard to place exactly where it's going to go. It also could form a shoulder ahead and a right shoulder and then come back right back down to 556 before it continues an immense pump. Interesting. SNX. Everyone wondering what XSP is doing. When is it going to actually come back and be an amazing coin? It was $1, went to $4 so fast. See, they pumped these coins so fast on us in the summer. We thought they were really substantial projects that wouldn't just flounder around. We're kind of back in accumulation zone. But you know what the big boys do is they bring the prices really low right before they skyrocket them. I've seen them do it. Like, they'll have the price up here, and they'll bring it all the way to its knees, and then they'll pump it all the way to the top. I've seen it happen a lot. So I think that was your bottom, though, 60 cents, honestly, right there. I think that was your bottom, ultimate bottom. Daily actually wants to turn up on the MACD and turn up here on the RSI. I like SXP right here. Look for it to consolidate a little more in the bull, though, so I figure you'll be able to get it in this range for a few more days before it flies. But eventually it is going to break out and go back up. And when it does, it doesn't have a lot of resistance. Like, it's got some right here, and this is going to be a beautiful trade for you. You can almost just only get an XSP for 177 up to 140, from 182 up to 321 and make 76% gains. Because that's going to be a nice gap up. Reason being is we fell down, we went up fast, we went down fast. There's no resistance in here. The only resistance is right here. So one place where you have to have a little trouble, you'll probably flag a blast. It's going to go pretty fast. I don't know if it's the call right now to get in. Possibly, though. We do see some hidden bullish divergence there, but we see some bullish divergence. This is starkingly pointed up. That's not. The daily looks good. The 4 hours a little sideways. Head and shoulder upside down, but and the 1 hour as well. I can't call it right now on it. It's a little fishy, to be honest. Daily looks great. You can hold for the long term. If you're going to hold this for a month, I think it's a great time to get in. If you're trying to day trade it or swing trade it, I'd have to give it a breather. Duke it. I posted a chart in Telegram on DRT 1 hour and 4 hour. That's the fractal theory. So wait for a field to do the same thing approximately. Yeah, I don't know what you mean. I'm such a visual learner. It's really hard for me to learn from words. I have to see everything, or I don't get it. Let me see what you're saying here. Wait on dot. Might come back for a nice entry if you're looking to add. Yeah, back to the 618 at 608. That would be beautiful, man. Get DOT at $6. That'd be like a godsend if I could get back in. DRT. MA's pointing as falling knives. Okay. Switch to the 4-hour to check for 200 MA to appear. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Descending triangle. Yeah, I did say it was a descending triangle as well, so we both agreed on that. Yeah, may the best of 2020 be the worst of 2021. I agree, man. I agree. Okay, descending triangle. NA is pointing as falling knives. Triangle indicates pump towards the 200 MA resistance. Note, this is typical movement of PA on all new coins. Descending channel. Yeah, if we look at DOT, this is exactly what DOT did, right? Yo, this is beautiful work. This is beautiful work. I live for this type of stuff. Wow. You couldn't do this before you met me? I really helped you get this good? Like, this is good work, man. Switch to the 4-hour to check the 200 MA to appear. Possible 200 MA movement. You are on the 4-hour. I don't know what you mean. But, should be a golden cross coming at the end of the bull. So you just wait your long term. Well, it could pop out of here, though. You know? Some hidden bullish divergence there. I like this idea, though. This is the nice patient way, and this is where you would get in, right here at the bottom. Do you think it's going to go all the way to 19 cents? Hey, it possibly could. We could pull a fib on it, too. I see what you're saying. I'm with it. Okay, guys, 30 likes. We got to 33 likes. I'll go live tonight at one point, somehow, some way, some shape. HADO is best. HADO is best. I don't even know what he's saying. Anyway, guys, let's go into some news, and then I'm going to run out of here. My energy is winded down to zero. Which never happens to me. I usually keep it up really, really well. I had no sleep last night at all. I don't think most people would even like be up as well as I am on this. It's just insane how well I push for it. Yeah, 28.6, and we're getting above 28.5, and we're showing that that's strong support yet again. Just as I thought, and we're continuing our move. And that was not even a dip at all. And we'll go back to 29,000. We're only $600 away. We're up $500 away from the all-time high. I mean, and that's now that Bitcoin's moving $1,000 in every 20, 30, 40, 50 minutes. Don't matter. It don't matter. All you have to do is buy the Bitcoin, my friends. It's a pretty simple game. Got some cool news coming at you guys, and I love these titles that we're picking out here. Certain things that I really want to tell you. All right, better than this year. Bitcoin price hit 120,000 in 2021. Tom Lee predicts. Tom Lee's back. Fun strat. This guy's hilarious. Tom sees massive gains for Bitcoin in 2021. Bitcoin entered the new century with a price level of about 7,200 despite highly volatile periods, including a vigorous dip beneath 4,000 in mid-March. Liquidity crisis. That was insane. 2010 will remain in Bitcoin's history as one of the most bullish years to date. Most specifically, Bitcoin skyrocketed roughly 300% to a new all-time high of 29,300. Tom Lee, a managing partner of Fundstrat Global, predicted in January 2020 that Bitcoin will reach 27,000 in the next few months. Although his time frame was a bit off, his price prediction became a reality and even exceeded his expectations. I think 2021 will look a lot like 2017, which means that Bitcoin will do even better in 2021 than it did in 2020. So something above 300%. He's 100% right, and he's looking at the stock flow, and he knows the cycle of Bitcoin. He also doesn't mention a lot of that stuff sometimes. It looks even smarter on these bigger mass media websites, which I think is great. Bitcoin and altcoins hesitate before the next move. Bitcoin is seemingly setting up for a move towards 30K Ethereum could rally above to 755 USD and 760, and XRP is recovering towards 23 cents. Dot broke to the US $8 resistance, which is pretty hot. Can the SEC devastate Bitcoin like XRP, like classing Bitcoin as a security? But nobody owns Bitcoin, you know? And I don't know, man. I'll leave the United States. I'm being honest with you guys. I will move to another country that will make that's very more amiable to Bitcoin. I hate to say that. I don't want to leave the United States. I love it to death. It's been here my whole life, but my loyalty is to cryptocurrency and to no one else. I'm not loyal to Republicans. I'm not loyal to Democrats. I'm not loyal to any single party. I am loyal to the crypto party. And honestly, maybe we need to make the crypto party, and or we call it something like the Truth Crypto or Block Party, Blockchain Party. We should make the Blockchain Party, and we want everything on the blockchain. And if you don't want it on the blockchain, you're corrupt, and we don't want you around. And if you're trying to be shady and hide things, we're gonna find you out because you don't want to be up front like the Blockchain Party. Mark my words, I probably will run for office one day because I'm not gonna stand by and let people push you guys around. I'm not. If the U.S. Security Exchange decided to go after Bitcoin like it's doing to Ripple, Bitcoin would fall just as quickly as Ripple has in the last couple of days. According to a renowned critic, Peter Schiff, yo, what a weirdo, bro. He will do anything to get people to buy his stashes of gold that he'd be holding for years. Peter is the reason I got into Bitcoin. That's what he doesn't get. I started buying gold off Peter Schiff at Schiff Gold. And he also sold me a bunch of shitty silver bullion. So, yo, shout out to Peter Schiff. I'll show you the bullion he sold me. All my bullion from Mike Maloney, my silver bullion, was beautiful, untouched, like unreal, like the prettiest bullion you've ever seen. Indian head bullion. I bought like I don't know, 500 ounces of silver from Peter Schiff, and when I opened my canister, a bunch of my silver was blotted and nasty. So Peter, you can take all your. I will never buy gold or silver from you again. I will only buy from Mike Maloney. Don't ever, yeah, they sold me blotted milk spots all over all my coins, all my Queen Victorias. What a scumbag. So I've dealt with him personally, and he sold me. I can still sell the silver. It doesn't matter that it has milk blots on it. You can melt it down. It's still valuable. It's still silver. But the coin doesn't look beautiful, man. And why would you sell someone something like that? Anyway, Mike Maloney's had none of that on it. They were all clean. You could say it happens inside the packaging. I don't know where they kept it, what they were doing. Anyway, what happens with the price of Bitcoin if the SEC alleges it's a security? After the close to 3 years of indecision, the U.S. SEC finally went after Ripple last week for conducting. I think the SEC is in cahoots with Ripple, and I don't think they went after them at all. I think this is complete FUD. At the time of the announcement, XRP was in the midst of a long overdue rally, aiming to reach $1 and beyond. Ripple just rippled below 20 cents. It traded above 60 cents earlier this month. Almost 70% of its market cap got erased in less than a month, based solely on the SEC's allegations of security. Ripple woes start immediately after the lawsuit, with mass liquidations followed by delisting on major exchanges like Coinbase, which plans to suspend XRP trading in January. The shocking news came a day after Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse warned that the SEC was preparing to sue Ripple. Bitcoin is a commodity. Since 2014, Bitcoin has been classified as a commodity by the Commodities Futures and Trade Commission, the CFTC. 2019, the chair, Heath Tarbert, affirmed that Ether too would be regulated as a commodity, just like Bitcoin, which was already recognized as a commodity. The SEC had been unclear before 2019 about Bitcoin and Ethereum's classification statuses. Additionally, according to the SEC's Howey test used to classify securities, Bitcoin in particular does not qualify to be a security. Unlike XRP and a vast majority of other security tokens, Bitcoin does not have a centralized control structure. To be a security, you have to have someone that's willing. Number one, you have to realize that SEC has to go after insider trading. Like, really, that's what their main bread and butter is. And they go after people that sell shares that are not in the shareholders. That's not good. That's not in the shareholders' best interest. Now, no one can sell shares of Bitcoin like a company. The SEC wouldn't even have a case. It doesn't exist. It's not an entity. They've never even dealt with an entity like this. This is just the most FUD. I don't understand what Peter Schiff is doing. I think he needs to get his head examined. I feel bad for Peter. He was on the right side of history for a long time. He predicted the 2008 stock bubble. He's the guy that got me into all this stuff. I'll be honest. I wouldn't have got the Bitcoin emails if it wasn't for him. I watched him talk about the 2008 crisis, and then a documentary came on that was linked to his videos, and it was the National Inflation Association, and they started telling me about Bitcoin. So without Peter Schiff, I wouldn't be here right now. And I tweet him all the time. I say, Peter, if you didn't do what you do for, he told me about gold. He educated me. He was one of the first people I bought my first ounces of gold off Peter Schiff ever in my life. So I don't get it, Peter. I need to have a talk with him one day on my show. I want to go toe-to-toe with him. I want to tell him how much I appreciate him and how much he's helped me in life. Because without him, I never would own I would not own one Satoshi without Peter Schiff. Yet he's the one guy that talks against Bitcoin the most. What a funny thing that is, right? He's the reason I'm in Bitcoin right now. Peter Schiff. So he's one of the main reasons. I'm coming with you, friend. Birthday party. Safer that way. Nah, man. The SEC wants the courts to weigh in on what constitutes a cryptocurrency versus a security. Telling you. Safer that way. My boy Andy B here is a lawyer. All right? So when he talks, we should listen. You know, he deals with litigation on a grand scale. So Andy, do you have anything you want to say about this? You know, I know you're new to the space. But isn't that funny how Peter Schiff is the reason I buy gold, I buy Bitcoin? He taught me about fixed assets. In 2008, he told me, in 2007, he told me that the housing market would crash. I started telling my parents, this guy's telling us there's going to be a huge crash in the market. And he was spot on. He was on Fox News talking about it when no one else saw it. He saw the credit default swaps. He saw that mortgages were overextended, given A, B, C plus ratings. And I love that movie, The Big Short, one of my favorite movies ever, man. Michael Berry, man. You gotta love Michael Berry, Contrarian. These are the traders that I emulated in the last 10 years. I did everything that other people weren't doing. And that's why I really, truly believe I will become a multimillionaire, because I've been contrarian trading against the herd for the last 10 years. And now the herd's jumping in with me. And they were fighting me for. They were telling me I was against them. They weren't with me before. Now they're jumping in with me. If the courts establish what constitutes a cryptocurrency versus security, it could provide more consistency and stability for the market. Yeah, well, they say that SEC actually is good friends with Ripple. They actually came together, and because one of Steve Munchin's assistants to the Treasury, he is on. Oh, Alibaba's gonna fly. Baba has some issues though. There was recently some legal issues with Baba, right? Might be a good time to buy since they're distressed. We'll look at that chart. Of course, if the courts determine the cryptocurrencies are in fact securities. Yeah, but Burke, what you don't realize is not every cryptocurrency does the same thing. So they couldn't blanket cryptocurrencies as securities. Impossible. You can't. For instance, basic attention token is a utility, right? I get paid when I look at ads. It's a utility. It's an actual utility. There's other cryptocurrencies that move solar panel. There's guaranteed what's called utilities. Even the article I just read you, that the Howey test by the SEC establishes Bitcoin as a commodity. It's gold. Bitcoin is digital gold. 5 months after buying Bitcoin, MicroStrategy stocks have surged by 200%. MicroStrategy history of Bitcoin. It's a NASDAQ-listed company. It came out cloud-based, founded in 1989 by Michael Saylor. You gotta love it, man, sailing off space. The firm's internally developed software helps others organize and make better business decisions by analyzing internal and external data. Before mid-2020, the company and its founder weren't too fond of Bitcoin. And one of the few registered public options, Michael Saylor said in 2010 that Bitcoin's days were numbered. However, the economic events that transpired that year, prompted by COVID-19 pandemic changed Saylor's opinion on the cryptocurrency, as he explained. As a result, he began accumulating Bitcoin. The company announced the purchase of its first massive batch on August 11th. Less than a month later, the intelligence giant doubled down on its Bitcoin investment. Now, when you see someone way richer than you putting $420 million, look, despite already allocating $420 million to Bitcoin, he didn't stop there. 2 more purchases followed. The second one was particularly interesting. The company raised $650 million via senior convertible notes, offering and used all funds to buy Bitcoin. Ultimately, MicroStrategy has allocated $1.1 billion at an average price of $15,964. Consequently, the firm now owns 0.33% of all Bitcoins to ever exist. 33%. Look, 33, baby. And look at his stock continue to soar. Binance Futures free voucher. Yeah. He also hodls $230 million worth of Bitcoin privately. He recently tweeted, "You got Skybird Scaramucci coming in with $25 million." That brings Republicans in, and a lot of Republicans still like him despite, his in and outs with Trump. They might have to want more convertible notes and buy more Bitcoin. He just tweeted to Elon Musk that Elon Musk should get into Bitcoin. Why does VC expect altcoins to boom as the Bitcoin rally is extreme? VC claims altcoins are about to boom. Matt Kay, a crypto-focused venture capitalist at Blockhead Capital, explained in a recent tweet that he is slowly converting his Bitcoin to altcoins, noting that he expects an imminent flood of capital away from Bitcoin and towards its smaller peers. "I've started selling Bitcoin for alts over the past 7 days and will continue to. The extreme nature of this period is why I'm betting on extreme market positioning, general greed and FOMO, alts being under-owned as holders capitulate for Bitcoin cycle nature of the market. If this transition from Bitcoin to altcoins does occur, it will confirm a trend seen during countless other crypto bull markets, when altcoin strength is inversely correlated with Bitcoin's." Yeah. So I'm wondering, man, should I peel off one more Bitcoin and get into alts? Why Black Friday was the best thing to happen to Bitcoin in 2020. Remember the onset of the pandemic panic in early 2020? It started off roaring investors had hoped, with the stock market setting new all-time highs and Bitcoin trading above 10,000. Remember that? It was a great 2020 as it began. It thought it was going to be a great year. Right? The panic selling and the cascade of stop losses being hit as investors cashed out, fearing the coming impact on the economy, took Bitcoin to $3,800. Look at that. I was devastated. I bought more Bitcoin, though, I'll be honest. And I bought more Ripple. I bought into that fear. And it paid me very, very well. It actually bought me all these altcoins. So right now I put $2,000 into $2,500 into Bitcoin. I bought 266 at 3,800, and now that money is. Now I put that money into all the alts. So it's kind of cool if you think about it. That means that you don't have to be rich to become rich. You just have to know when to invest and how to multiply the money. For instance, I took $2,500, which is a lot of money to a lot of people, but it's not a huge chunk. It's not life-changing, right? And I bought Bitcoin when it was 3,800. So 3,800 divided by 2,500. It gave me 2,500 divided by the other way. Divided by 3,800. I think I put an extra zero there. 0.65. I ended up getting 0.66 Bitcoin, right? Now Bitcoin I sold it at 17. Had I waited, right, 29,000. Had I waited times 0.66, I would have turned 2,500 into $19,000. I basically would have very close to 10x my money, and that's since March. That's since March. So that's a 10x in March. Now I sold at 17,172. I have to be honest with you. I saw signs that I thought were, hey, I made a mistake. I'm not perfect, right? And I talk about it. I still turned 2,500 into $11,332, right? If you divide that by 2,500, I ended up 4.5x into my money. Now I put all that into altcoins that were probably going to 10x. So I'm going to end up taking 2,500 and turning it into close to $100,000. So, and I'm mad about it because I didn't do the right thing. I would have made even more. I get upset when I look to divide that by 2,500, and I'm upset because I'm a crypto expert and I know that I could have done better. 40xing 2,500 wasn't enough for me. Isn't that crazy? I'm being like the devil's advocate about the space here, but it's but that's something that I personally did. I have the proof, and I've actually posted the buys and sells. They're on the blockchain as well. So if you ever wanted to audit me, it's all there. But I never took it back into USD, I'll tell you that. So I never claimed the money as USD. I kept it in cryptocurrency completely. So. And I promise you I will pay my taxes when I come back to USD. Or actually, I don't know if I'll ever go back into USD, though. See, that's the thing. I don't think I'm ever going to go back into USD ever again. They're going to have to figure out this framework. It's going to have to be like, someone far more intelligent than who we have now is going to have to do the math and help us out. But that's it, guys. 16:33 watch time. I saw right there. Thank you guys so much for watching. We got 33 likes, so I will be on later tonight. I said if I got 33 likes, I will be there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Yeah, Menunchin. Yeah. Everyone just calls it Munchin because it's easier. I know how to pronounce the guy's name. I don't give a damn. Mate, glad you're on. Happy New Year. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. You know it and know it, but this stuff is complicated. You know it and I know it, but this stuff is complicated. Let's see what Andy said. I'm interested. If the courts establish that constitutes cryptocurrency as security could be provided. Yeah. Baba. Of course, if the courts determine that cryptocurrencies are in fact securities, that could be devastating. Right, but of course you never knew what a judge is going to decide. Yeah, I don't know, man. Because that's just also the United States. The United States calls it security. The rest of the world doesn't really care, right? Malta doesn't care. China doesn't care. And they're going to keep rocking and rolling. And so if the United States wants to play games with its financial future, it can continue to do so. I would advise it to get on board with people like Charles Hawkinson and create forums and really, really, really strive to stop being so greedy and holding on to the power that it used to have by bringing down the handle on innovation, and actually start realizing that they have to relinquish some of the power that they own to let everybody realize that it's over, man. It's over. I love you guys. Have a great day. Find you through CKJ. Great show. Yo, Eddie, man, shout out to you. Let's give everyone a shout out here before I jump out of the room. Wrenchy T, Bagwell33, Hadouken, BL Social Swap, Ricky the Investor, Pavan Sai, my dude, bro, Eddie DC, Ross Bush, people all around the world, man. I am strong, international, baby. Wrenchy T, Eddie DC again, BS Social Swap, my dude, man. One of my favorites, yo. I love you. Yo, BS, post your Litecoin address so I can give you your free Litecoin. Whoa, Inception. Morning, folks. Andy B, what's up, y'all? Yeah, there it is. Shout out to Mohit Singla, Andy B, Jesse B, Bagwell33. Forgot what I was doing for a second. So bad. Ricky the Investor, Crypto Don Juan, my dude. Answer your phone. Funny. Stop. Fix the volume. Mohit calling you. Pick up. That's funny. I didn't have my phone on me. It was upstairs. Gotta check the chat in between your topics, man. You're funny. Pick up. I couldn't see the chat today. Oh man, check the chat. Dude, pick up your cell phone. We hear you, but it's very low. Oh, that was way crazy. Tiago Cruz. Justin Fry. Noel. Crypto Mike, my dude. Mohit Singla. And I think I got everybody. Reese Arnold. Eddie DC. J to the D Trading. My man. My man. This person. Shout out to Joe, man. Hope you have a wonderful New Year, Joe. Thank you for everything and all the support, man. I really appreciate it. Mob and Crypto. Love that name. Stone1YGM. I like your man. I like your man, Crypto. The best. Please check Adam on the 1 minute. I like your Crypto accent. That's funny. Eddie DC, Mom and Crypto, Jesse B, Ricky the Investor. Yeah, we got him. Andy B. All right. I feel like I may have missed someone. I try not to, though. I love you all. I love you all, and I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much, and have a wonderful day. If you came to my channel, you're already doing the right thing. And remember, crypto is life. Ah!